Everybody, I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Tuesday, I'm just finishing up a bowl of pineapple here on the mountain. The owner of the house came up today. We've been talking a little bit, and just thought it was time to do a video here. I was watching some videos yesterday. We're kind of back in our rainy season. It's getting these regular afternoon rains again. So I was watching some videos, and I kind of got to watching a couple of videos on cravings. And I was planning on doing a video on cravings anyway. And by the way, before I get into the heart of the discussion, as you can see, the topic today is on raw vegan cravings, how to stop cravings on this raw vegan lifestyle. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, I do videos like this almost every day. Plant-based living, the raw vegan lifestyle, fitness, a little bit of meditation, a little bit of whatever, a little bit of philosophy here and there. But if you're not already subscribed, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit that subscribe button and click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel. Yeah, like I say, excuse me, I just gotta have one more bite. This pineapple was really, really good, so I need one more bite. There we go, man. I'm just like immersed in fruit so far since I've been back. But anyhow, I was like watching other people's approaches. They talk about cravings, and one thing I noticed, and it's just not like I try to be purposely different, but everything, I don't know. I don't like a lot of the explanations, or they don't work for me. I shouldn't say that I don't like them, but it's just always like a lot of videos and things I watch, they're just a little too packaged, and it's got, you know, like these little suggestions or whatever, but I like to get to the heart of things. I want to really try to get people to get away from these cravings. And one reason I'm doing a video on cravings is recently I've had a number of people, whether they're making comments, whether, you know, different comments on my videos, comments at various places on social media. Everybody seems to be dealing with the cravings. What can I do to get rid of the cravings? And I try to keep it as simple as possible. You get rid of the cravings by eating. You have to eat plenty of food. I don't know how many, it'd be funny. I wish they had search options where you could find certain phrases and you could see how many times I have said certain things in videos. But I must have said this 1,000 times. You have to eat. It's very hard. I'm not saying you can't have a craving if you're fully satiated all the time, but when you're not hungry, it's hard to crave something. And one thing I've told people before, and I think people, it's not detailed enough. It's too simple, and people, I don't know if people pay attention or not. You get here you go. I'm going to show you 101. You get a craving, what you do. It's guaranteed to work every time. If it doesn't, you're just not willing to do it. All right, I'm hungry right now. Oh my God, I want the chips. I want something. Oh my God, I haven't eaten and I'm bad. I want something. I'm about to go off the rails. I'm going to eat something bad. Peel, I eat a banana. Boom. If I'm still feeling cravings, boom, I eat another banana. If I'm still feeling cravings, I eat another banana. Do what you got to do. Eat, you know, number one, don't let yourself get to that point. If you don't let yourself sit around hungry, stay hungry, be hungry, your body's not going to have these cravings. If you should, for some reason, not be fed well enough, not have enough in you, and you start getting cravings, that's what you do right there. That's what you do. You hit it immediately. One of the worst things you can do is decide, oh, I'm going to rely on willpower, because willpower, most people do not have a lot of willpower, regardless of what a lot of people think. And the longer you sit there thinking like, okay, I can wait this out, I can wait this out, it tends to build. And when you're newer to this lifestyle, you haven't been eating this way for that long of a time, you're not that far away from the sad world. Those cravings start popping up. They're talking, they're hollering at you in your head. The more you get hungry and the longer you wait, the stronger those voices get, and the stronger that pull gets to bringing you towards eating something that you're going to later have guilt about, and then you got to do the whole, oh, I shouldn't have done this and start all over mentality. Whereas like, boom, you got to take care of things immediately. Where I was talking about doing a meal plan if you need to. Some people don't need to do that. You do whatever's necessary to get you there. Hey, in the world of like, you know, sometimes I was just talking with a buddy, we were talking about some issues like certain things like that. And we were talking about quitting drinking, quitting drugs and whatever. And hey, some people have a harder time. I don't want to totally compare the two because of different situations, but some people have a harder time getting off of booze and drugs more so than others. And those people, they just have to, and I know some people that have gotten sober that have had a hard time doing it, but they were determined to get sober, and they just had to work their program a little bit harder. They had to use more tricks. They had to be more cautious. In other words, they had to be vigilant about everything that could possibly trigger them, whereas some other people don't. So this is a similar message to a lot of my videos. You've got to make it work for you. It's not just something like you're going to read a book and somebody's going to give you a diet or somebody's going to give you kind of this prescription of sort of how you can eat, and and all of a sudden, boom, you just start doing it. It's a process. You have to work the process. You have to make it work for you. Another thing about the cravings thing is every time you give in to those cravings, you strengthen those cravings. Right now, all I hear is people talk about nuts. Everybody, I get snarky and sarcastic. Oh, I just can't deal with the nut. What's so big about effing nuts? I'm not even eating overt fat right now. I kind of get a perverse pleasure from actually holding the macadamia nuts because I don't have no call to them. But what I'm getting at, whether it's this, whether it's nuts, whether it's bad junk food, whether it's cigarettes, whether it's alcohol, that is your substance. Every time you give in to the cravings, every time you eat that thing that you say you're not going to eat, that you don't want to eat, that you don't think you should be eating, every time you give in to it, that just gets you going even more. That just strengthens the craving again. It's kind of like when people, I'm sure people can relate to this. I know I did it a number of times before I quit for the final time. You're quitting smoking cigarettes, and let's say maybe you've gone, 2 weeks, even 3 weeks sometimes, or more, and then boom, you smoke that one cigarette, and it just kind of goes downhill from there because you've reintroduced that nicotine back into your bloodstream. Anytime you keep reintroducing whatever the body is craving like that, the body is going to continue to want it. So it's simple logic. Like, a lot of everything in life is logic. If, I don't remember what I learned in school. I've actually kind of like just tried to study some logic in the past 30 years or 30 something years since I've been out of school. But so many people don't just apply simple logic to things. They want to get involved with emotions and feelings and this and that, and they get so esoteric with it when everything, maybe I'm too Spock-like sometimes. I don't know. I mean, human beings are human beings, but this craving thing is just not, and I'm relating personal experience. I remember in the beginning of this lifestyle, so I'm not sitting from my place right now where I am in my journey right now talking about this. I just bombed my body in the beginning, and I didn't get cravings. Now there were certain things, and this might help too. I'll just throw in as a last little bonus on this one. There's certain things that like I say, going back to mental things that were just, I had become so aware of either, number one, animal products. Even if I had a craving, animal products were off the table. Like almost immediately coming to this lifestyle, I wasn't just plant-based, I wasn't just raw, I was vegan. I saw the connection. I didn't have to participate in any cruelty for me to eat anymore. So that eliminated a whole bunch of potential cravings and snacks and whatever right there, because that was shut off for me from day one. I was just like, well, I don't give a shit how much I crave it. I ain't eating animal products anymore. So boom, there's a big lot of them gone. And then, like I say, the rest of the stuff, I just, I kept myself full all the time. I kept probably a couple of little treats in there that shouldn't have been, so I wasn't so extreme on myself, and I kind of weaned myself off of them. I'd get these little commercial Yucca chips, and they weren't that bad in the big scheme of things, but they weren't great. But I just didn't put things back into my body. One of the harder things, but that helped too, was the oil. I always, back at the time, I was eating more cooked food. I still eat some cooked food, especially when I'm in the States. But I was eating cooked food back then, and it was really tough. I was still eating a good bit of potatoes, and it was tough to give up that olive oil on the potatoes. But I soon started not, consuming oil internally all that much. And hey, every time I mention that, I ain't getting into no damn oil discussion with you. Eat oil, don't eat oil. I don't eat oil. what you do is your thing. So anyhow, the craving thing, it's not that complicated. It's not that complicated. Just do these big, dumb, stupid, don't you kind of pick up everything on here as something that basically a kindergartner could understand and put into practice? It doesn't have to be, you don't have to have some sort of a program, something, steps, da. You just work out little simple hacks for yourself. And also, by the way, and then I'm really finished with this one, is these are like sometimes I like these videos to just kind of get your brain going. These are the particular hacks that work for my mindset, that work for me. You might find something that works a little bit better for you. So what I'm saying, always be working on your journey, always be working on your process, and always be, if you're struggling, always be looking for a way to get away from that struggle. Anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I will see you again tomorrow. Peace.